summer part of the offseason been? What were points of focus for you guys? Were you able to work and talk to players?
Yeah, I mean with the rule changes and all that stuff, the summer OTAs they become just as vital as spring ball. Because especially when you're coming in new, you install a defense, you get to see what the guys are able to do, and then now in those summer OTAs, you're really trying to piece together what will be your call menu, the techniques you're going to use for fall camp. So, thought those went really well. The players being here, the players a lot of times it being player run, those guys buying in, taking ownership, and then the coaches being able to teach, relay what we need to get relayed. Changes some structures. The addition of Zach Arnett has been truly awesome. I mean, you got another head coach, another one of the best defensive coordinators in college football, sitting right there. Hey, you ever think about doing this, doing this, doing this? So it's been really beneficial to be able to do those OTAs and have Zach come on board.
For you to bring in Zach, you guys, your relationship obviously goes back, and for him to be able to have a similar scheme, if not very similar to you, I guess how has that been helpful in the application process?
Well, like I said, he's already fine tuning things. He's already again, he was my first job. He was a player in this defense in New Mexico, and so like this is like family to me. And so he understands, and he truly is he's truly about it. And so he's been giving his input, what's worked for him, what he's seen, things he likes, things he doesn't like, and then like all great assistants, they're gonna speak their opinion, they're gonna speak their mind, and try to stir the pot a little bit. In which he's done some things where we've corrected and tweaked, and it's been really good for the guys in the summer OTA. So we're gonna keep on that process and see what happens.
How much of the success do you think that you've had is bringing like a attacking sort of style defense? Does that make it easier for the guys to grasp versus just something that's more exciting and gets them perked up?
I think the defense allows you to learn in concepts. It's not so much memorization of individual performances and jobs. It's more, hey, I learn a concept, and from this concept, I can learn other concepts. I can do other things, So when you learn a concept, you're learning 2 or 3 jobs at once versus, hey, I got to just remember this defense and this defensive call against this set. I got to make this call. I got to do this job. Like, it's a lot of memorization. But I think the defense, its versatility allows for guys to understand concepts and what we're doing conceptually. So that way, even if they don't know exactly what to do, they can understand it by the pieces around them and say, okay, I must be doing this because he's doing this and he's doing this, so I must be doing this. So I think that's the benefit of what we're doing.
The level of aggression you want out of these guys, you don't want anybody to make mistakes, but can you live with the mistake if a guy's just running fast and getting to the ball?
Yeah, you don't have as many freshman All-Americans as I've had the pleasure of coaching if you're afraid to make mistakes. I mean, that's just part of the game. The thing that is not acceptable is repeating those mistakes over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like with anything, right? You go and do something and you see it and you get it corrected, and then you go out there and let them apply that correction. And then once you do that, the really good players, they understand, and you won't make the same mistake again. So totally not against guys making mistakes. I want them to be free. I want them to play fast, and sometimes you're gonna have to live with some of those things.
Your turnarounds have been like instantaneous everywhere you've been. Do you see anything similar that makes you feel like that's definitely in the cards for these guys?
I mean, really good players here, really good coaches. And again, I think I never knew how to articulate it until I got to Nebraska and Coach Rule and all them. But really, the investment in the process of how we do things. I think just the way we teach, the concepts, the way we move guys around so they understand different pieces around them and truly understand what's going on with the whole defense, not just memorizing parts. I think that has helped guys play free. And again, these guys have been playing this game for a very long time, so they really know it in its core. You just got to get them in the right spot and have their eyes in the right place and know what to do, and then let them go play free.
And OTAs, have you seen any further examples of that investment in the process that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen a lot of the growth, especially, like I said, if you're doing it right, you won't have this separation of groups, like the guys who really know what to do and the guys who don't know what to do. If you're doing it right and your process is correct, everybody continuously grows. You know what I mean? That young group learning. Duty, Max Redmond, those guys, Ricky Knight, those guys, you see the improvement throughout the OTAs in those guys as well. Again, with the T Knight and those young D linemen that we're going to be counting on to play, the Desirs, Juju, those guys are going to have to play. So it's fun to watch their maturation over the summer and all the OTAs and all the reps that they've taken and kind of get a feel for like, hey, they know what they're doing. So.
How much of a head start does it give you, especially because you're installing a new system? And when you mention the young guys, when you go into fall, does it kind of just let you hit the ground running?
Yeah, it lets you hit the ground running, but you're always like, from the spring installs till now, you're trying to refine what you're doing to go in to win football games. You know what I mean? And then you're trying to find out like who the best personnel groupings are, like who's going to play where and what calls. How do you want to attack certain offenses as you see fit now? Because every week you're doing something, you're going to get up against something different. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a foundation of things that you're going to have to come back to say, okay, we're going to play this like this, we're going to play this like this, we're going to play this like this. So really excited to see what the guys go out there and do on the grass.
Following up on that, it sounded like the spring was a lot of mixing and matching, trying guys different spots just to get an idea. Is that still kind of the plan for camp now, or is that get more?
It'll be like that with now it's about the players, right? It's more so like that for all the learning that needed to take place, but now it'll be for specific players where we say, hey, he's going to start here, but we need to teach him how to be here just in case something happens, injuries, or we go to different packages and now he needs this skill set to move down here. Like we're going to do that with a certain set of guys, moving guys around.
When we talk to some of the assistant coaches in the spring, they talk about like positionalist football. Is that kind of what that is?
That's exactly what we're talking about there. Like just having safeties, and sometimes you're the boundary safety, sometimes you're the nickel, sometimes you're the rover, but they just know it as, hey, I'm playing safety. You know what I mean? But again, it goes back to coaching and concepts. So.
Everybody's got to earn their job, but going into camp, do you kind of a good idea of like 5 guys that you kind of have an idea would be kind of reliable starters for you, 6 guys?
No, I have some expectations of some guys that should be really, really good football players and lead this group. Obviously D-Jack, he should be one of the best defensive tackles in college football. Earl Little has, I understand his history in college football right now, with all this stuff, but just his skill set and his ability, like being around some draft choices and some guys who played NFL football, like I see that in him. You got a really, really diverse linebacker group who I feel like are the heartbeat of the team. Guys like Omar, Blake, Juice, Steph, Elijah, Caleb. A really diverse group in there that there's all their skill sets and their leadership, and then again, you're anxious to see some guys like Amari, Jaden Jones, who's healthy, Jay Jenkins, who's coming back from that deal. You got some pieces there who you can fall back to as being some of the best players in the country, in the conference especially. So we just need to go back and see and give them a chance to go lead.
What could Jenkins be whenever the time comes for him to get cleared to be full go? Like what could he be for you guys?
He's 6'6", he's 275, 280 pounds. He's twitchy, can move, athletic, long. Those are the defensive ends and defensive tackles that play on Sundays. You know what I mean? So we just got to make sure that we're doing our part in making sure that his plan to return is correct, which those guys have done a great job of so far, and to just get him back to a point where he truly trusts it and is strong enough to turn him loose into those games. So we'll see.
We have one specific message board who wants to know, could he play Jack?
He can play anything. He's that athletic. He is all is 6'6", 275, 280, and can move and is twitchy. He can play every spot along the defensive line. So, I just want to do him right and make sure that he is mentally ready, physically ready, and he's got that confidence in that to go out there and just play.
Can you talk about Earl Little and his potential to play that rover role in your defense?
Yeah, we've had some draft choices there, right? We've had some. Brian Urlacher played there. Quincy Black played there. Nat Burhay played there. We've had some successful NFL players play in that position, and Earl is as dynamic as them all. He is explosive. He's aggressive. He's physical. He's smart. I think the role was built for him. So now it's going to be the process of getting Earl Little to be all of that on the grass when it's needed, and so that's what fall camp is about for guys like him. So.
think during the spring you mentioned that Jabril's a guy that you have a lot of kind of hope in, but he needs to kind of just be able to flush things and move on and maintain his confidence.
Yeah.
Did you see him able to kind of keep that level of focus?
I saw the progression of that. That is especially with the DBs, that is an ever evolving thing with those guys. You know that you got to be good enough to intercept the ball one and then turn around and you give up a play, be able to shake it off and come back and guard the guy again, right? So he has shown that he has the ability to be a really, really good defensive back here, like really, really good. I mean, he's loose-hipped. He can see the ball. He's aggressive on it. Now is his chance, though, right? We've got a lot of guys who fit that very mold, like Earl, Jabril, like Q. I mean, we got a lot of guys who athletically can do it, okay? Now it is truly their chance to go out there and shine and can't come to Florida State to shine, so it's their time, so.
A lot of the guys you brought in the post-spring window were on the offensive side of the ball, but you brought in one big one in Jeremiah on the defensive side of the ball. I guess, what have you seen from him? I haven't seen him in a practice yet, but around the program as
he is a ball of like light. He's just all football. He cares about his teammates. He loves Florida State. He's like he's the first one in the building, last one to leave kind of guy. You know, here on Saturdays when nobody else is around, he is that kind of guy. It's all true, and he's still the same young man that he was at Syracuse. Added a couple pounds, his hair grew out a little. He's a little uglier, but he is still a guy who is all football, all family, all brotherhood, all just everything there is about the process.
Okay.
Good to see you guys.